2016, I produced a video for Barry Nickson. Barry was one of the last, if not the last, surviving Bendigo SEC tram drivers. He was very courteous and welcoming to allow me to produce this video for him while his son Jason was instrumental in helping me to set up the meeting with Barry. Though short in length, I'm sure you will agree this interview will add to the basket full of Bendigo's tramway memories to be treasured for all time. It was a pleasure to meet Barry and share a few coffees with him as we discussed his time with Bendigo Tramways. My deepest sympathy to Jason and the rest of Barry's family and friends. What is your full name?
John Nickson.
When and where were you born?
1942 in Bendigo.
Where did you go to school?
At White Hills Holy Rosary School I went, done my primary schooling, and then I went to the Maris Brothers to do the secondary schooling.
When did you start working?
I was 15. I started at a radio shop fixing radios and the likes.
When were you married and what is your wife's name?
When I was 21, on the 12th of October, and it's coming up to 55 years.
How many children do you have and what are their names?
Three. The oldest girl is Joanne. The second one was a girl again, and that was Raylene. And the third one was a boy, was Jason.
When did you join the Tramways and what was your first job?
It was June 1963.
Did you drive the trams?
1 month after I started there, they must have been short of drivers or something because I became a driver, and usually it took years before you become a driver.
How many of the staff do you remember?
Most of them. There's a couple that I can't put a name to, but I'm better on numbers than anything.
Do you remember Inspector Basil Miller?
I certainly do. He was a great little bloke and he treated me very fine.
How did you interact with him and other officers?
Very good. We always watched out for them, but they were always very good. Yeah. When I first started, there was a inspector there, and we were leaving the fountain, and what we done, we went up and swung into the driver's cabin, and I did this day, and I swung in and hip and shouldered him. And he said, "Get out of here." He said, "I was here first." And that was Clary Hoover, actually.
Do you remember Jack Evans, George Sang and Jack Worth?
Very nice fellas. And Jackie Evans, when he come on the tram, he was working in the woodyard at Johnson's in Kalgoorlie. And they shut down, and so he come onto the tram. So we actually knew him before he got there. George was a very nice fella, and Jack Worth, well, don't remember a hell of a lot about him, but I do remember his brother was there too, Bob, and they were quite nice fellas.
Were the SEC tramways good to work for?
Yes, they were unreal to work for. It was a good system. Jackie Taylor, who died this week, was our paymaster. A real gentleman of a man. I've never met a bigger gentleman than him. And it's the only time I was ever in a union, because you had to be in a union to be on the trams. I loved working on the trams, and the only reason I got out of there was the fact that it was under threat all the time. They were always saying, they're going to go, they're going to go. Being a young married man, I had to have a job. and I had a baby and everything, so that was the reason I got out of there.
Do you remember the last day of the tramways?
I do remember it. It was a big occasion in Bendigo. My brother was still working on them, and he come in on the last tram, and it was just a big day. I felt a little bit sad when they finished, or not a little bit, a lot actually, because I thought there was no need to close them down. It was a public service, it was a non-profit thing, and the government should have been able to cater for it, you know.
Did you find other employment after the SEC?
Now in 1969, I'd been under threat all the time, the trams. I got out and I was working at Ashman's at the time of the closure, and my brother was still there, and we were pretty sad outcome.
Did the Bendigo Trust make approaches to you to drive after the 9th of December 1972?
The only time I was approached to drive the tourist trains was I ran into George Sang about, I'd say at least 25 years ago. He was selling raffle tickets outside Coles, and he asked me would I be interested, and I said yeah, I would do that, and he said all right, I'll put your name down, but I never heard anything after that, so I didn't chase it up. But anyway, in 2012 we had a reunion down at the depot, and the lady was running the show down there at the time. She approached me and asked me would I like to drive the tourist trams, and I thought yeah, that'd be okay. And then they said oh well, we'll take you for a drive, we'll go out to the gold mines, we'll go back to the Josh house, and on that drive I changed my mind, because mainly cars were going very close to you. The driver was banging on the bell all the time, getting rid of things off the tracks, and I thought, nah, I don't need this at my age, so I declined.
Did you still take an interest in the operations of the tramways?
Yeah, I do, but only from afar, because I don't go down to the depot or anything like that, but they intrigue me when they drive past me and all that sort of thing, but other than that, no.
What was your favourite tram?
Probably would have been 26. I felt a bit of an affiliation with that tram, because not long after I started we had the 4 people killed by running into it, and I suppose that's the reason I liked it. And it was also a good tram to drive. It was smooth, and compared to the truck cars and Bernies and all that sort of thing, but no, 26 I'd say.
What was your least favourite tram?
It's probably number 21, because boy, it was a rough tram, and most of the truck cars were, but I think it was the worst of them all, in my opinion anyway.
What do the trams mean to Bendigo, and what extensions, if any, should be constructed?
I think Bendigo is a big thing in here, you know, because we've always had them, and it's sort of symbol of Bendigo, really. And I'd hate to see them go altogether. I think Bendigo tram should be extended to areas of interest around the place, being the pottery in Epsom would be a good destination, I would think, and there's other places too, but I think first of all, pottery.
How would you like to be remembered? What message can you leave for future generations?
I think we'd like to be remembered as a happy-go-lucky lot, doing our job diligently, and just getting on with people all the time. And I felt we did, and I hope that people see us that way. The message I'd like to leave people with is the fact that they should keep the trams, because it's a great place, Bendigo, and the trams just add to this situation.
I didn't know today would be our last. have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb, I can't feel anymore. Praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.